So yesterday, I left here, and there's this new place, a dog place that opened up, and I was to go check them out, the Deep Pets Hotel, and they're opening up a Love Pup room, a really cool suite, and they're going to donate all the proceeds to Love Pup, right? So I was checking it out, and my wife calls me. She was taking my kids to orthodontist, and she goes, "Hey, Kemp just decided right now, because he turned 15 a while ago, that he's ready to go get his learner's permit. And my son Jake, who is 16, who has a driver's license, has already lost his driver's license. So we're going to go get a replacement license." She goes, "We're going to the DMV. Do you want to meet us there?" For since Kemp's first, I go, yeah, sure. So I leave the Pets Hotel, and I go to the DMV. And what I gather from the DMV is Department of Motor Vehicles. And every time I've ever been to this location, I'm lucky. There's nobody there. So I put some stuff on my stories, and the feedback I got was, "Where are you?" Mm-hmm. There's like 3-hour lines at all the DMVs, and I'm talking about people messaging me from around the country. Like, how is that DMV possible? So I didn't realize that was a big deal. But while I'm there, get this. So my son Jake is doing something, filling out the forms or whatever. My son Dutch and my son Kemp are sitting in these chairs waiting. There's a couple different things at the DMVs, all these different windows, all around. And there's one guy that walks in. Now, he's covered in tats. And I'm only telling you this so I can paint the picture for you. Tats on his neck, tats on his forehead, teardrops on his eye.
Okay.
Right? And he is dealing with something, and he starts yelling. He's yelling, and he is cussing, and he is dropping F-bombs, and he's almost threatening. Like, the next time I come, and it is obnoxious. It's quiet because there's nobody there. Mm-hmm. Right? So you can hear, and I'm where you are, Suzette. I'm close. That's how far away we are. Okay. But his back is facing me. I already saw him walk in, and he's dealing with a window. He's at a window. And he is cussing, and my wife comes back, and she sits down. Now, I know what his problem is, right? I know. And my wife says, a little out loud after hearing it, she's now very irritated. There's children here. Meanwhile, my kids listen to YG, they listen to Drake, they listen to Chris Brown, they listen to 21 Savage, so it's like the language being heard is not new. The anger is new, though. The guy is like screaming and yelling. My wife goes, "You know what? That is so disrespectful. Boys, I want you to pay attention to how disrespectful this guy is." And I look at Blake and I go, "Turn it down." She goes, "No, you know what? You should tell him," she says to me, "to be quiet."
You're not going to approach somebody with a teardrop tattoo.
Oh, no.
I'm like, "Blake,
you don't want to give him another teardrop."
No. I go, I'm not going to do that. And she says, "Why not? You need to tell him what your kids are." I go, "I get it. He is there to pay his parole. Like, he just got out of prison, right? Yeah. There's something he's paying, and he can't. And his insurance isn't working, and his medical isn't working. And he literally, I heard him say, 'I just got out of prison.' And I'm like, first of all, I'm not going to go up to him and say, 'Could you please stop the language there? I have kids over here,' and have him literally murder me. Like, I can see it in the news. I already saw it in the news in my head that, guy killed at DMV. Oh, radio personnel. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, I'm not going to do that. And she's like, "Why?" I go, "Because he just got out of jail." And she's like, "Oh, okay." But anyway, I was like,
you just left it.
Had I seen the superhero show beforehand,
Would have been inspired.
It would have been different.
I would have taken a chair and gone, break the chair. "Hey, quiet now." But there was no way I was going to do that.
Yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
It was
the right thing.
Yeah, but it was so uncomfortable being in there. Then my wife opens up this folder, and inside the folder is our birth certificates and my stuff because my kids are getting the paperwork. So I go, "Oh my God, my birth certificate." Now I can fill out the pattern app the right way. The pattern app is like a horoscope app that Suzette has become very obsessed with, right?
Yes. It's crazy. It just tells you other things that are like all the other regular horoscope signs or apps.
It's more.
It's way more. Yeah, it gets deep.
Like, you would say it's legit, right?
Yeah, it's like it gives you something every day, and it's like almost scary reading it, and it gives you like a timed countdown to something, which is so weird.
It's weird. I've been trying to bust it, going, okay, well, you could say, you may not realize this, but I'm looking for language traps in there, but it is so specific about stuff that maybe you even haven't thought about out loud, but totally fits you.
Well, one of the things is when you fill out the app, it says what time were you born and what day, and it says, "Don't guess. You need the specific time that you were born." I didn't really know when I was born. My dad had sent an email out a few years ago before he passed, the whole day of when I was born. My sister and I guessed it was around 10 o'clock at night. So I wrote down 10, 15 at night, right? And I was very happy with what the pattern was saying about me. I thought I was okay with everything it was said. I was like, okay, that's great. Well, it turns out when I look at my birth certificate, I was born, instead of 10 o'clock at night, I was born at 1:19 in the morning. So I changed it, and I'm waiting today to see how different it is.
Yeah.
But somebody messaged me and said they had guessed 4 minutes apart, and that their app was totally different.
Oh, man.
In 4 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see what happens. But here's what happened when I look at my birth certificate, and I posted this on my stories. My dad's name is John, John, John. Right? That was my dad's name, John Van Ness. My mom's name was Elvia, Mexican. My dad's Dutch. On the birth certificate, now it's old. It says my dad's name is Joe.
Yep.
I don't know, Joe. I'm like looking at this thing, and I'm like, and I can't even. It's blurry, but I'm like, it's not like blurry like John. It's blurry. It's Joe.
Really?
Blurry, and I'm like, what is this? Is my dad not my father? Is this one of those things that you always hear
No
about
way.
where they look at I've never looked at my birth certificate before.
Yeah, but you guys.